Hey everybody, welcome back to the Monday Market Update on this, the 25th of September. As always, this is brought to you by Mitchell Kleckley over at Pilgrim Mortgage and myself, Roy May, with Bach Realty Group. Today we're going to go with the basic same in-depth economic insights to discuss after some important economic meetings last week and an actual hold on rate hikes, at least a temporary hold. So let's get into it. So we're going to start with the Fed and the interest rates. So let's start with the Fed. After a whopping 11 rate hikes since last March, they recently decided to keep their benchmark interest rate, the Fed funds rate, right where it is currently between 5.25% and 5.5%. Now, remember, this rate doesn't directly affect your mortgage. It's more about the overnight loans between banks. But remember, when the Fed raises this rate, it's like tapping the brakes on the economy to prevent runaway inflation. So what's next with that really is, it's kind of the big question is what's next for interest rates. So even though they didn't change this time, the Fed's still hinting that they might keep rates high for a while. So their future projections show one more hike this year and two rate cuts next year, which is unfortunately down from the original plan of four. The head honcho of the Fed, Jerome Powell, he made it clear they're determined to keep inflation around 2%. But here's kind of the twist. Recent job numbers have been revised lower in some reports, which means the data probably isn't as clear cut as we'd like. So as far as economic growth versus like the leading indicators, the Fed's feeling optimistic about economic growth, bumping their 2023 GDP forecast up to 2.1%, which is actually more than double their previous estimate of 1%. But that's not actually in line with the leading economic indicators from the Conference Board, the LEI, which have been down for 17 straight months, dropping to 0.4% last month. Now, this is a crucial sign of what's to come. It suggests a recession might still be a possibility, but I guess a silver lining to come with a recession is lower interest rates. So, yay, I guess. But I want to switch gears to the housing market. Existing home sales dipped 0.7% from July to August, and sales are down a significant 15.3% compared to August of last year. So this report's a big deal because it measures closings on homes that are already built, which obviously make up a huge chunk of the housing market is currently existing homes. But the problem is that the record low housing inventory and higher mortgage rates are putting a huge damper on sales. So at the end of August, there were only 1.1 million homes available for sale, which is down from 1.28 million a year ago. And then a lot of those listed homes are actually already under contract and not truly available. So we're really talking just under 670,000 active listings, give or take, at the end of the month. Now, homes in the greater Brazos Valley are now sitting at 85 days on market on average. And that's a 15-day increase from August of last year, but it's also down from 94 days just this past July. So from July to August, it went from 94 to 85. Now, the chief economist of the National Association of Realtors, Lawrence Yun, said supply needs to essentially double to moderate home price gains. And if we need more homes, and it's evident that we do, because let's talk about building new homes. Across the nation in August, there was an 11.3% drop in housing starts compared to July. And it's a slowdown in construction. Single-family home starts also fell by 4.3%. But on a more positive note, building permits, which actually gives us a bit of a hint about future supply, they went up by almost 7% from July, with permits for single-family homes hitting a one-year high. So the bottom line on this is builders might be getting ready for more buyers thanks to the possibility of lower interest rates. But the supply of homes is still way below the demand, and that's why home prices keep climbing. And so speaking of builders, they're not feeling super confident right now. The National Association of Home Builders Sentiment Index, it fell 5 points to 45 in September. And so the numbers you need to know is that goes below the key level of 50, and that was for the first time since April. All three parts of the index, including current sales and future expectations, took a hit. So, however, there's a silver lining for potential buyers. 32% of builders reported cutting prices, and that's the most since last December. So from there, I want to talk about the jobs. So let's touch on jobs. Initial jobless claims recently fell by 20,000, hitting an 8-month low with 201,000 people filing for unemployment benefits for the first time. So these are initial claims. Continuing claims also went down by 21,000. But here's the kicker. These unemployment claims are usually the last piece of the puzzle when it comes to spotting a slowdown in the job market. We typically see fewer job postings, less hirings, shorter work hours. Those all come first. So we'll want to keep an eye on this, and especially since the Fed's keeping an eye on it too, as they're thinking about still raising rates. So that's kind of a wrap for this Monday market update. Just remember that understanding these trends can help you make better financial decisions. And as always, if you're looking for any guidance or assistance in navigating the current market, you can always reach out to Mitchell over at Pilgrim Mortgage or myself at Bach Realty Group. We'd be happy to help you with anything you need, any questions you have. And so, I know that a lot of other numbers are from a national level. So but as far as mortgage rates are concerned, that's going to be more controlled nationally. Whereas I try to add in a little bit of local numbers for the real estate market, just so you know a little bit more what's happening kind of within our little bubble. Because remember, we do have kind of our own little real estate bubble here in the Bryan College Station area. So it's just a little different here. So, but that wraps it up for today. Hope y'all like this. If you do, do me a favor and like and subscribe. Feel free to comment if you want to. You can subscribe to my channel, Ribs Real Estate and Ramblings. We put out a video every Friday where we just interview some interesting people around the Brazos Valley. Just kind of get to see all the neat people that really make up this amazing area. So outside of that, I hope you guys had a great day, and we will see y'all next week.